500원입니다.
뭐야?
죄송합니다.
야, 아니지. 너 정말 정신 똑바로 안 차릴래?
언니, 저 화장실 좀.
어라? 야, 너 자꾸 농땡이 칠래?
자식 뭐야 이거? 아,
실례합니다.
뭐?
신호 위반하셨습니다.
그래서
면허증 좀 잠깐 주세요.
뭐? 야, 나 이분 누구지 몰라 임마.
저분이 누구십니까?
아, 자식. 야, 이 동네 지역구 의원님이시잖아 임마.
아니, 안녕하세요. 아니, 저분이 위반한 건 아니지 않습니까? 그 운전하신 분이 저 위반하신 거니까 운전하신 분 면허증을 좀 주십시오.
이 자식이 정말? 야, 너 소속이 어디냐 도대체? 어?
아니, 소속은 알아서 뭐 하시게요? 아니, 딱지값이 아까우면 위반하지. 저 빨간불 못 보셨어요? 잠깐만! 아니, 잠깐만. 여기 잠깐만 계세요. 나 금방 갔다 올게요. 아니, 아저씨! 꼬지를 그렇게 하면!
야, 내가 너 같은 애들 때문에 맨날 이렇게 뛰어다녀야겠냐?
아니, 뭐 저런 게 다 있어, 이씨.
땡! 좋은 말 할 때 가방 내놓고 가라.
이게 어디다 대고,
너 진짜 이러면 누나 화낸다. 야, 너 어디 가냐? 야, 일로 와. 잠깐만, 어디를 도망가냐? 야, 어디를 도망가?
이건 기어를 방해하는 혈로 보이는데.
아이고, 이거 너무 깊이 찌르는 거 아니에요?
아니야,
집중 좀 합시다.
이게 잘못 찌르면 산에 구실 못할지도 모르는데.
이것이 마지막 정열로 통하는. 이럴 수가 있나? 내가 짚은 혈들을 모두 뚫었어.
야, 그 젊은님이 아주 대단한 기운을 품고 있구만.
야, 이거하나.
시끄러워.
우진아.
왜 저래요?
기어를 좀 풀어놨더니 저러네.
좀 조용히 시켜.
저 친구 어디서 만났니?
그럼 아주 귀여운 놈이 생일이야. 무슨 아니야?
아이고 얘 이거 물건 실한 거 좀 봐 이거.
가만 있어, 나 경찰입니다. 경찰이다. 찍혔다. 가만 있어. 이거야 아직도 되네.
어떻게 찔렀대요? 자네가 믿기 힘들겠지만 세상엔 일반인들이 모르는 수많은 기운들이 존재하고 있네. 우린 그 기운을 깨워서 사람들을 올바른 길로 인도하는 역할을 하는 뭐 그런 사람들이지.
여기 아저씨들하고 아줌마하고 이렇게 칠선이라고 그러시는데, 예? 이렇게 5분만 계시면 칠선이 아니죠. 5분만 계실 경우에는 뭐 이름이
독수리호 형제.
그렇죠. 독수리 형제 같은 거나 아니면은
오복성?
오복성 같은 거. 그런 이름이 더 맞는 거 아닙니까?
벌써 20여 년의 세월이 흘렀구만. 백풍이라는 분이 계셨네. 권력을 가진 사람들이 무고한 시민들을 향해서 마구 힘을 휘두르던 시절에 그들의 그 만행을 막기 위해서 길을 모으시던 중에 기를 탄 가스가장 마셔서
그것도 안 보는 말이야.
저기 혹시 오해할까봐 내가 하는 말인데 나 아줌마 아니야. 아직 처녀야.
아니 그럼 여기 계신 분들이 뭐 도사 텔레비 나오시고 막 그러는 도사분들이세요?
그럼
그럼요. 제가 믿을 수가 없으니까요. 그 한 번 보여주시면 안 돼요? 뭐 이렇게 공중부양 같은 거 하실 줄 아시잖아요. 벽도 타세요? 장풍도 쏘세요? 장풍!
아이씨, 진짜. 집안에서 장풍 쏘지 말라니까.
아니 왜 그러세요? 저는 지금 근무하러 가야 되거든요.
이거 봐, 지금 자네가 본 건 아주 일부야.
왜 자신의 능력을 두려워하나?
아니 무슨 능력이 있다고 자꾸 왜 그래요? 아니 자꾸 왜 그러세요? 이 사람.
오늘 자네가 입은 내상은 보통 사람들의 그것과는 달랐네.
아니 좋습니다. 좋아. 제가 만약에 그런 능력이 있다면은 제가 이렇게 장풍도 쏘고 제가 이렇게 벽도 막 하고요. 예? 공중부양 같은 것도 떠야 맞는 거 아닙니까? 나 진짜 살다 아주 그냥 회개망측한 일을 다 당하네. 아, 방 공기 되게 좋다. 나 내리막기니까 그냥 뛰어가야 되겠다.
그래도 어떡해? 공중부야까지 듣는데?
아, 그거야. 기혈을 풀어놓게 되면은 자기들 모르는 사이에 잠깐 동안 이게 기운이 나오는 건데 뭐 그게 지 기운인가?
사실은요. 아까 장풍은 지가 몰래 쐈슈.
왜 하필이면 유리에다 써요? 아, 또 깨졌잖아요.
난 벽에다 쐈단 말이오.
대답! 국회의원 딱지 끄는 정신 있으면 소매치기나 제.
I first met him in the early 80s in a Chinatown of urban Java. He didn't want his real name or address revealed, so we called him DJ for Dynamo Jack. He was only a healer, he said, but he did direct a powerful energy generated from his own body into his patients. Sometimes he used the needles, sometimes just his hands. He called the energy chi, and it was so strong that he usually needed a grounder to hold his patients' feet. For years we followed him around Java on his healing rounds, pleading to be allowed to film him, but he always refused, saying his powers resulted from a type of meditation with an ancient tradition of secrecy. It was only when my brother Lorne was suffering from a serious eye infection that he finally allowed us to film him in 1987.
It was nothing like any acupuncture I'd ever had. I was getting really powerful electric shocks and couldn't control my movements at all.
Yin yang, positive and negative, you know. And my positive from here and my negative from here. And we meet together, this can get like electricity.
And is this because you're special? You have a special sort of body?
Meditation every day.
It's meditation that does it?
Meditation every day. Like you can touch me, like this. It's nothing, okay? It's my burn. It's just like this.
For our sound recordist, it was also a shocker. He then took our newspaper outside and showed us how chi can also be used to set things on fire. When he heard we'd shown this footage in public, he was very upset and refused all our future efforts to contact him again. As the years passed, we sadly resigned ourselves to never seeing him again. My brother Lorne never did, for by 1997 he was already dead, when I again found myself with DJ, now treating me for an eye problem. But it wasn't this that brought me back. He had tracked me down out of the blue and invited me to tell me a story. He had just returned from 2 years on a deep meditational journey, alone in the heart of Borneo. Amongst his revelations, he had seen, he said, how history was moving on into great change, and the old wisdom was vanishing. So he'd called me back to film just enough of him to remind us that we all have undreamed of powers sleeping within us, and that there's nothing special about him except for his training in waking them. Grounding this patient, my cameraman Joe is having to use all his weight to keep contact. She is pushing him away. He seems able to control the amplitude of this chi, like a dimmer switch, and it causes uncontrollable responses in the patients and their grounders.
I can barely keep my hand on you. It wants to fly off. The electricity is so strong.
This mother unwittingly grounds her child. He won't sit still, so she's asked to hold him and grin and bear it. Sometimes signs of this passing energy can be seen in the transmitter too. This chi stuff is only the surface, he says, of the real adventure beneath, in the meditational technique. Projecting chi from the palm of the hand can also be used to resist rifle pellets, he says. First, you learn to distinguish between yin and yang chi in your body. Then how to pool it in your navel chakra. Then how to project it, he says. And it's the proportionate mixture between yin and yang which accounts for different effects, like pulling or pushing objects or igniting them. Then he gets really strange. He says that mastering yin chi is the key to the spirit world. There's a long tradition of Indonesian krisis being possessed by spirits. So people bring him their krisis to see if they're duds. Here, he says, he doesn't manipulate matter by projecting mixtures of yin and yang chi. He merely creates a field of yin energy in which, he says, if there's a spirit, it can manifest itself. So I invited a small group of scientists back from the United States with measuring equipment to test if DJ was for real. And if so, where might this energy belong on the electromagnetic spectrum? Catherine Cook, CEO of the Mind Science Foundation in Texas. Dr. Roger Nilsson, a Swedish medic and international racing sailor. Dr. Greg Simpson, a physicist from New York's Albert Einstein University, and Andreas Polak, one of DJ's Australian students. The visitors are confident they'll uncover him as a fraud in no time. Greg is the first guinea pig, and he's uncomfortable about showing that he can feel anything at all. Dr. Roger doesn't know what to expect. Out comes the metal detector, like the things they use in airports, to see if he has any concealed metal in his body. Then the voltmeter, to try and measure the chi. But how to get it to work? Where's the ground? What settings? DJ suggests that as his negative is his perineum, and his positive is his navel chakra, perhaps that's where the electrode should be attached. He doesn't stand on his dignity. He's eager to help, but still no readings. They're getting shocks off his arm, and now they're on the right settings, but the needle still isn't moving. DJ says it isn't electricity, it's chi.
It's 1, 2, up, I feel it in my whole body. I feel it at 3, 0.3, I feel it in my legs. Shit,
But suspecting there's some tricky setup on his premises they can't find, they insist we all go to a randomly chosen hotel room several miles away to see if he can light a light bulb with his fingers. It doesn't ground on the wall. So Greg holds and grounds one wire, while DJ pumps chi through the other. The bulbs are LEDs, light-emitting diodes, which ignite in different colors according to the intensity of current.
Yes. On, off, on.
Brilliant.
Oh, you're blinking.
Things were going well. DJ was enjoying it too, until he invited us all out to lunch at his local, where he tried to push a chopstick through the table. He couldn't get it through the Formica surface, so he came up through an inch of wood from underneath. not only did he draw his own blood, but a chopstick splinter had caught Alison here between the eyes, drawing more. The incident was laughed off apologetically, but next morning he was a different man, drawn and upset. He said he'd been visited all night by his long-dead master, raging that he'd broken the strict taboos of his sect, never to show off in public and never to cause harm or draw blood. He felt deeply chastised. All further testing and filming must end. Never again would he submit to public scrutiny, nor accept any new students. He would sink from sight and continue his healing in obscurity, as he had done since before we met him in the early 80s and had always told us was right.